Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 2020 version of the Sisters at Heart celebration. Wish you could be seeing your smiling faces in person, but we're doing the best we can to put together a meaningful presentation. This would have been our 15th Sisters at Heart event. And it's too bad we can't be together, but if you'll bear with me a little bit, I'd love to walk down a brief visit to memory lane. This has been just a fantastic event over the years. We started in year 2006. There were 6 teams here on that first event. It was actually called the Well-Heeled Challenge in year number 1. We went to the Sisters at Heart celebration thereafter. The 6 teams were the 2 abreast from up in Montreal, Hope Afloat out of Philadelphia, Against the Wind from Philadelphia Flying Phoenix, also from Philly, the Majestic Dragons from New Jersey, and our 2 Vermont teams from Dragonheart Vermont. In subsequent years, we grew to as many as 15 BCS teams. On some years, it was as little as 5 or 6. And usually those were the years where the IBC-PC event was occurring and folks were trying to conserve some of their money for those long distance trips. We've had 40 different BCS crews come into the event. As far away as Los Angeles, to the west, Prince Edward Island to the east, and Florida to the south. A lot of the teams, 17 of them, my last count, have come multiple times. So a special thank you out to all those folks, especially our most regular competitor was the Wellness Warriors from Boston. Hope Afloat has come many times, 2 abreast from Montreal, Bustin' Out from Ottawa, Majestic Dragons from New Jersey, Les Finis de Rose from nearby Sherbrooke in Canada, West Island Dragons up in Montreal, Hope in the Boat from Albany, Survivor Thrivers from Coburg, Save Our Sisters has come up a couple of times from Miami, Go Pink DC have been regulars, Against the Wind, Viking Dragons, Springfield Dragon Rays from Massachusetts, the River Sisters from New Jersey, Heart and Soul, our sister club from down in Melbourne, Florida, and finally our Empire Dragons, our good friends from New York City. There have been unforgettable memories over the years, too many to list. There could be a whole separate video, I think, but I just want to share a couple with you. Some of those who have attended a number of times may remember that we did something called the Friendship Race in the first few years. It was originally my idea, and unfortunately we bollocksed it up pretty regularly. The idea was we would line up the teams and then mix them all up, shuffle the deck, and have a whole bunch of paddlers go out that didn't quite know each other and have a race together and have lots of laughs. The laughs all happened, but the organization to get the people in the boats became insurmountable. A lot of people wound up maybe on the left when they usually go right, or in the front of the boat when they usually feel like they're more comfortable in the back. There were a lot of issues, so we stopped doing it after a time. The flower ceremony every year. Big thanks out to Eugenie Doyle, one of our sisters and a local farmer who every year came up with these beautiful sunflowers. Another special shout out to Bonnie Aronian, voice of an angel. There weren't many years where tears weren't coming down my face when I was listening to Bonnie sing, and I know that was the case for almost everybody in the boat. I don't think there's been a year where I haven't been in a boat during the flower ceremony, and that's just always a very special time. There have been some awesome competition. I always felt real proud of our sisters team because the radio announcers would be up there and they'd always brag about the BCS teams, and like now we're going to watch how it's really done. And of course that was true to form. The finals for the BCS race were always spot on, fantastic, and our sisters had a nice run over the years with them, so I was always real proud of them. Right back around 2016, 2017, we had a real nice competition with our Canadian friends from Robust. They were the world champions a couple times running, and they came down to race the sisters, and sisters edged them out in the 200-meter race, and that was a big proud moment for us. I remember I think it was in the following year on the run-up to the Australian CCWC World Championships. It was a real good sisters crew, and they had been up to Montreal. Our goal that year was to crack 220 in a 500, and they got a 219 on the Montreal course, but we were scratching our heads thinking it might be a bit suspect. Just didn't feel as fast as the time seemed to indicate. But it was just a few weeks later that the sisters posted a 217, which was the fastest BCS time, I think, in the world. Robust had been the only other team to break 220 prior to that time. I'll just never forget standing next to Matt Robert. We were at the finish line, and the sisters had just opened up some open water against the next closest competitor in the 500-meter final. And I remember Matt exclaiming, "God, look at him go!" I was just brimming over with pride for those ladies. Fantastic crew. Big shout out to our good friends from Empire Dragons who nosed out the sisters in the 200-meter. So here's a challenge. Hope you come on back in 2021 or 2022, whenever we can get back together and race again. Well, anyway, that's a short trip down memory lane on our Sisters at Heart. And to honor the occasion, I'm wearing the pinkest shirt I could find. I think this one comes from the Florence trip and the Szeged trip in 2018. This is about as hot as pink as you can get, so it's apt that I put it on for this presentation today.